What's up, Bertini fam? Now in today's video, we're gonna be installing the latest and greatest in technology, our brand new Lamborghini screen.
Tesla screen.
In our GTR. Now do us a big favor, if you have not yet subscribed to the Bertini fam, go ahead, click that subscribe button and the notification bell. This way you can stay up to date on all of our build series content. Jabroni. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. All right, Miguel, let me show you what's in the box. Wow, I feel like Salt Bay, or maybe Salt Bay feels like me. For those who don't know, there's lots of these on the market. Miguel, I mean, there's probably like, I don't know, maybe like a dozen of these on the market. This is the best of the best, the latest and the greatest that there is. There's nothing better. It's actually brand new, it just came out. So it's the 2024 model. Oh, baby. Look at this big old thing. It looks really nice too. I think initial impressions of it, it looks kind of factory, right?
Yeah.
Now listen, if this is your first time installing a radio into your GTR or any vehicle, proceed with caution. So if this is your first one, have patience. If you don't have patience, go and pay a shop to install this thing for you. Stop being cheap like me.
Oh my
God.
God.
Yeah, it is a lot of cables. I told Miguel this was pretty quick to do. It will be, you know why? Because I've installed things before. But yeah, it's a lot of cables here. The good news is you don't actually have to use all the cables. You don't. If there's some that you leave out, that's okay. Our GTR is a 2013. It's going to be very different from models that are 2009 and then models that are 2010. With that being said, we need to install this Ferrari screen into the GTR. And so in order to do that, we need to remove the factory one. Now listen, I'm a master skydiving instructor, master scuba diving instructor. What? In my sleep, master mechanic dreamer. So I don't need to disconnect the battery. But for a lot of you all, you might need to disconnect the battery or else you're gonna get a bunch of codes getting thrown. Or maybe not, depends how stupid you are. But we need to remove the factory one. So in order to do that, we need our trim removal tools and a screwdriver, our brain. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's get this Porsche screen installed.
Tesla screen.
Now, as Miguel sets up these fans, I went ahead. By the way, this Florida heat is no joke. So that's why we gotta have fans running when we're filming these videos. Went ahead and got our trim removal tools and our Phillips screwdriver. And by the way, if you're wondering, yes, I'm gonna help you with the wiring. Although listen, I can't fix stupid. I know, I've been trying to fix it on me forever. Like I said, if you ain't done this before, proceed with a whole lot of caution or just pay a shop, bruh. Stop being cheap like me. God damn. All these wires. Miguel, what do you think of all of these wires here? Did you realize there's gonna be all of these?
No.
Are you worried now?
Not at all. You said we don't need to use them all, right?
Yeah, I think we're only gonna use this one for our install.
Exactly.
That should help. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's get this in. All right, now before we go ahead and start removing parts out of the GTR, let me go ahead and show you how we install this Ferrari screen.
Tesla screen?
By Speed by Design. Let me show you how you wire this whole thing up. All right, so the first part of the harness, we'll start from the left side over. So this is your main CAN bus plug, all right? That's this one right here, okay? It's the one that has the 2132 connector on it. So the 2132 pin, that's the main one. The black one goes into the unit itself right here. And then you have this other plug, which is kind of like a U shape, if you will, or a Y shape. That goes into the bottom part of the unit right here. This purple pink thing, you're not gonna use this at all. I don't know if you just wanna make a note for yourself or run a zip tie or something to it, just so you know, you ain't gonna be using this whatsoever. This ain't plugging into anything. These other two plugs, which are included into the kit. Now, you're gonna have these other two that come in the kit. You're gonna have one that says 32P on it and one that says 40P on it. This one is your adapter if you have a 2009 and 2010 model US spec GTR. This one is for those who don't have a US spec GTR. That's what'll be used here. Now, depending on when you watch this video, you may or may not have this in your kit. Do not install this. If you have this in your kit, just don't install it at all in your kit. You don't need this, discard it, put it to the side. Now, this plug and this plug are essentially the exact same thing. So if you plug this in, you don't need to plug this in. This is really important because CAN bus is the one that everybody screws up with these type of radios. It's the main one that gets messed up. Now something really, really important with the CAN bus. If you mess up that one cable by itself, you won't have AC controls, you won't have steering controls, and your factory gauges ain't gonna work. So don't mess that up. Now on the harness, there's also gonna be this black ground wire. This is only needed for 09 and 2010 models. If you have 2011 through 2016, it's already built into the main harness. You can put this to the side. You ain't gonna need it at all. There is this cable that's also associated with it, right? The blue and the black with the gray and this plug. This is gonna plug right into here. Right here on the side, I've already have it plugged in, but this is where it's gonna plug. This blue one right here is your 4G SIM card. If you're not planning on installing 4G on this thing, you don't need to put it in on the radio. This cable right here, this right here, you have this, you have this, you have this yellow attached to it, and then you're gonna have this cable also attached to it with these two yellows on here. This goes into this right here. Right under the blue one is where this gets plugged into. Now, something really important, okay? This you ain't gonna need at all. This portion right here is not needed at all, but you have these two cables right here. Now, if you notice, one of them is plugged in and one is not plugged in into this other harness here, which I'll explain here in a second, right? The way you want to do this, and this is a 50-50 chance, this is specifically for your backup camera. So if your backup camera ain't working, this is the reason why. What I did here is I traced back this yellow right here all the way down, and that is the one that you plug into the brown. Okay, very important. Yellow, big fella, right into the brown. Okay, now if it still doesn't work and you followed that method, just swap this one for this one and your backup camera will be working perfectly fine there, big guy. Moving on to our next harness, which is this one right here, this white one next to it, not the off-white, the pure white right there. So on this one, this is the one where you have all these funky cables, right? Aux right, aux left, C, C, D, V, which by the way is the one that gets that yellow plugged into it. Then you have aux V, and then you have this one, which is for your microphone. This microphone. Really important. This microphone is specifically for the unit. You don't need to install this. This is not the car audio microphone. So this does not even need to be plugged in. In fact, I'm gonna be taking it out. I'm not gonna be installing it. Your car audio system microphone, the one that comes from the factory, that one will still work without this microphone. So I'm just leaving this plugged in for demonstration purposes because I'm not gonna be using it. Let's move down here to this cable right here. Now this cable, let me just show y'all here. This, you have two female USB connection points to a brown one. That goes right here, down at the bottom, right there, okay? One of these is gonna require this adapter. The reason for this, because this is gonna plug into your factory harness, this is for your factory USB. One of these can be used, you have another one here, okay? But one of these is for your factory USB. Then you have this one, which is the off-white, that goes all the way to the right side, and that is gonna include all of these audio formats here. This is gonna be for your speaker harness if you have upgraded audio in your GTR. This is for your 4G antennas, and this is for your GPS antenna. That's how this whole thing is wired. You don't need every single one of these if you ain't gonna use them. If you ain't using GPS, you don't need to plug in the GPS link. If you only plan on using the CarPlay GPS, then you don't need this one, so you don't need to plug it in. If you don't need the microphone, don't plug it in because you're not gonna need it. It's not the same one as the car. If you ain't planning on adding a 4G SIM card, don't plug it in. You ain't gonna need it. Then also really important, on this unit, you're gonna notice HDMI out. The reason why this was put in on the unit is because Speed by Design is gonna be coming out with a digital dash. You best believe I'm gonna cop me one of them digital dashes. They look freaking cool and it's gonna make your GTR look super modern. Anyways, that is why there's an HDMI out on there, because this will go from here to your digital dash, and then you'll be able to watch movies and do all cool stuff on your digital dash unit. With that being said, now let's take this unit and get it into the GTR. First things first, let's go ahead and start by removing our gear shifter. I was gonna call it a shift knob, but it's not technically I mean, I guess maybe it is technically a shift knob. I'm used to saying shift knob because that's on stick shift cars. But we need to take this thing down, pop this thingamabobber down. So we'll go ahead and just do that right there. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a little clip right here. This little clip, you're gonna go ahead and pop off. So I probably should have grabbed one of my other tools to do this, but maybe I could, yep, I could fish it out with this. Perfect. So now that we got this clip out, don't lose this clip and be a dumbass. The next thing that we need to do, pop off these right here. So you need to get behind here and pull these back, right? So kind of like this. Yeah, there we go. And then these will pop right out. And then we'll put those ahead and put those to the side too. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this plastic one here as well. Now we'll get the other side off. And make sure you're putting these, by the way, in a place where you're not gonna scratch them and crap, because yeah, that would suck. Let's go ahead and pop off this trim tool. I mean, not trim tool, but a piece of trim right here. There we go. We also need to pop this off right here. Like that. Why you gotta do me like that, Daddy? There we go. Oh, baby. Got it up. Got it up like Viagra. This is not a paid sponsorship for Viagra, although if they want to endorse me, hit me up at my business email address. Be happy to endorse the product. Okay, now, with that out of the way, now it's time to start removing some screws here. Now listen, this is the part of the install where if you're really not sure how to install this Maserati screen,
Tesla screen,
I'd highly recommend you just stop here, put all the stuff back, and take it to a shop that knows how to do this professionally. Because the road you're about to venture in on is a dark one down. With that, let's go ahead and remove these screws right here. So screw number one, be careful, don't drop them down into here because then you're gonna be spending a whole lot of time fishing them out. Screw number two, and then screw number three. I need a magnet. I need to make this magnetic. And screw number four. Don't be a dummy and do that. The magnet. Bring me the big magnet. It's in there. It's to the left. Right where you were. Oh my God, why is he so stupid sometimes? I said the big magnet. This guy brings me the little magnet.
I didn't understand.
That's the little magnet, but I'll take it. All right, let's fish that out real quick. And we got it! Now, there's two more screws in here. I'm so stupid. Oh, baby. Sometimes I could be a little smart, you know, sometimes. Now, we need to take out the climate control unit right here. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Okay, and then there's a bunch of cables behind here that you just want to unplug. That's all your AC stuff. Now, your climate control unit's out. You know what I'm interested to see? How much weight we're actually removing from the GTR.
That's true.
To put in this new screen here. With that out, pop this out. There we go. Now I got this out. This, by the way, will be going back in. Now, there's gonna be two screws up in here that you're gonna need to remove in order to pull this out. One here, one here. Now with that out, you can go ahead and pry this thing off. All right, pop the cable in. That's back here off. You're essentially removing this and this. That's it, right here. Now, we have to move on to the CD player. We're gonna go ahead and remove this plastic right here, which is pretty damn simple. You literally just pop it all off. First, this plastic piece, which pops right out. Then this piece, right here. Now there's 4 black screws that you gotta take out. It's not because they're black though. They could be silver or whatever. It's just the way that Nissan made it. Blame Nissan, not me. So 1 is right here, then 2 is up there, then 3, and then 4. Now we can just pop this right out, easy breezy. Make sure to remove these connectors right here on top. There we go. Now we got to use a CD player that nobody uses anymore because they're stupid. CD players were the best in the early 2000s and 1990s. Wait, Miguel, were there CD players in the 90s? I don't even remember.
I don't know, you were born.
That's true. All right, anyways, these 2 screws right here. Screw number 1 and screw number 2. Oh, this is a big boy. All right, now there's gonna be a bunch of connectors behind this thing, which is why I was saying you want to remove this panel right here. Man, there's so many. Why is there so many? Why is there so many, Daddy? Why? With all those cables undone, now we can remove the CD player. Oh, she's built like an Amazon. You know what I was just thinking, Miguel?
What?
We're about to save some weight, which you know what that means, right?
What?
We're about to go real fast with all this weight savings. Let's weigh this stuff up. So, first things first. This unit will not be going back in. So this weighs in at 1 pound, 3 ounces. So we got 1 pound, 3 ounces there. And then this also won't be going back in. So we got 2 pounds, 12 ounces. So we'll say let's just say 4 pounds between these 2 pieces right here. And then this 4 pounds plus, damn, plus 6 pounds, 13 ounces, that's what, 10, 11 pounds. Bruh, I wish I could go on a diet and lose 11 pounds, but I can't because I like eating my food. All right, now let's weigh up this Lamborghini screen.
That's the screen?
From Speed by Designs. 3 pounds, 13 ounces. So that means we're losing how many pounds? Roughly like 7?
Yeah.
7 pounds. Damn, that's a good diet. Now just to show y'all, everything that I said that I'm not gonna be using, I zip tied nice and clean using clear zip ties out of the way, just so that I know I ain't gonna be using it, so I don't need it. So I just clear zip tied it out of the way so it's nice and clean wiring behind here. All right, jabronis, if you made it thus far, kudos to you. You're saving money. Hopefully you're being patient and you ain't blaming your stupidity on this radio system. Now let me show you how to plug everything in. Okay, now what I've done here is I've started off by putting in my GPS. I've started by putting in my antenna 1 and my antenna 2, which by the way, these are interchangeable, so you're fine. Don't stress that too much. I need to feed all the wires down. Get everything right where it's gonna sit nicely. Oh man, that thing looks so freaking nice already. Now, we'll start organizing all of our cabling down here that we need from the radio. This way we can start plugging everything in. All right, so the first thing we're gonna start off with is our USB adapter to our OEM USB, and that is going to be right here. So it's this bottom cable down here with this plug attached to it. You're going to plug that in like so. Then on your harness, so your main harness has an orange and a black. Not sure if you could see that. It's an orange and a black cable, and that's going to attach to the same harness of your USB. So the next thing is going to be this connector right here. And this connector is going to plug into this connector right here. Now, your cable with the orange and yellow and blacks in it are going to go into this one right here with the baby blue and the pink and the browns in it. That is going to go right into there, like that. Now, your main CAN bus right here, your 2132 CAN bus is going to go into this plug right here, the one with the red, and pink in it. That one right there, that is where this is going to plug into. So like that. Don't mess that up, because a lot of problems come from these aftermarket radios when you don't plug that one in correctly. So a lot of problems come there. Don't mess that one up. I mean, you shouldn't mess up any of these, but specifically that one, don't screw it up. Now the next one on here, this is going to be your dark purple, light purple. You have your yellow here on the end, and you have your black here on the end. Okay, this is the one that includes your ground. Now this one is going to plug into this one right here, which has your ground cable. For those of you who have an 09 to 2010, yours will not have a black cable here. You're going to need the adapter. But since mine is a 2013, I don't need that. So that is going to plug in just like so. Okay. Now this is your OEM GPS plug. You're not going to be using this because if you remember, we already installed the aftermarket one on top. So this you can completely put to the side. You won't need this at all. Now on the 2 yellow, 2 blacks, they go up to this very top harness up here, and that's where they plug in. So right up here to this top harness, and you'll be good to go. And that is what's going to control and give you power in case you're getting no signal to your reverse backup. That's what's going to be the cause for that, is if this isn't plugged in, then you're not going to be getting signal to your reverse backup. Now this gray cable right here is going to plug back into this top portion of the CD player right there. On the CD player face, we're going to go ahead and remove this cable right here because we won't be needing that. That is just for the eject button, so that can go off. And then this, very important that you plug this in where you took it out from, which is right over there. All right, so now we fitted back the CD player face. Made sure everything on this was plugged in correctly as well, because if not, the airbag light's gonna go off. So don't be a dummy. Plug everything back in properly. Next, our toggle controls. We're gonna go ahead and plug these in as well. Now we got everything buttoned back up. Take a look. Everything came out looking really good. Got all the plastics back together. Everything's where it should be. Screen is mounted. I have not yet removed the plastic. I'm not doing that yet because my hands are dirty. So I won't be doing that yet, but let's run through some of the settings. We did get reverse going, and I'll just go ahead and show you here real quickly. So I'll put it into reverse, and you'll see here, camera's up. So that's that. I'll put it back in a park so we can go through some of the settings here. Now we know you guys are watching the video, but we wanted to give you a quick update because thanks to YouTube copyrights, we can't show music in the YouTube video, but we do want to report that the Apple CarPlay is working fantastic. The whole system is working fantastic. Miguel, what do you think of the sound system?
It's insane. It's really like the volume is really nice. Like you're at like 11 and it sounds like you're at 50. So you barely need to turn it up, but it's so crisp. It's almost like surround sound. It's like 360. It's crazy.
Yeah, this radio is like night and day difference from the one that we had in the factory. The one from the factory never got loud enough. It just sounded like complete crap. This one sounds so much better. Now, granted, we're not audio people, but man, this thing is really, really freaking nice. Just wanted to give you that update. Keep tuning in for the rest of the video. Now, first things first, you'll have your recirculation button here or your recirculation button right there as well. So you're gonna notice that these lights are changing. These are RGB, so you can have them whatever color that you want them. In order to change that, you'll come here. You'll go to ambient light set, and you can change it to red. As you see here, you can change it to blue, green, whatever color floats your boat. Now, the rest of our lights are red. You could also leave them white here if you prefer white. The rest of our lighting, obviously in the dash, until we get a digital dash, is all red. So everything's all red lighting. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it on the red lighting here. Oh, the AC is blowing nice and cold, which is really nice. We're actually gonna turn this up a little bit. So we have Celsius, as you see here, so we need to go ahead and change a lot of these metrics. So we're gonna go to settings. You can change things like your homepage style, day and night mode, which is set to auto. You can also do the time format. We are going to do a 12-hour format. And then you could even do your time zone that you're set in. So I have it set to automatically, set time zone automatically, use location to time zone, so that's nice. You could adjust the brightness, the units. We are gonna change from metrics to US. That is really important. The radio region, we are in North America. What does this toggle switch do? This toggle switch, oh, that's the volume. Okay, that's nice. Oh, but you could also lower the volume here too. Man, this screen is like super freaking responsive, right? All right, now if you want to change the unit measurement, go to home screen, go to car settings right here. And then from car settings, fuel consumption, miles per gallon, speed unit, we're going to change this to miles per gallon as well. You could also change this to all sorts of cool stuff, but we're miles per gallon. Distance unit, we are miles, right? Kilometers, miles, so we'll do that. And we are not Celsius, we are Fahrenheit. TPMS information. I'm assuming that this is going to update once we actually start driving. Not sure. Dashboard info. Oh, that's freaking sick. You have all of your gauges in one. Okay. So for this part, I'm not going to show you this. We're going to go ahead and connect to the network really quick. Now listen, if you're interested in purchasing this Tesla screen from Speed by Design, I'll include links in the description box below where you can pick this radio up from Speed by Design. This thing is fan-freaking-tastic. Now listen, if you found this video useful or entertaining for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it's because of Miguel. Click the like button, even if you don't like this video, or the dislike button. That's what our haters do. And if you have not yet joined the Bertini fam, go ahead, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. This so you can stay up to date on all of our future content. With that being said,
Make sure to put good energy out into the world, right? Then pay it forward. Don't forget to pay it forward, right?
God damn it, Miguel. God damn it. Oh my God. How does he not remember this? Like the easiest thing in the world. I pay you all this money and you can't remember the one thing. The one thing.
I'm going to search it up next time.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Make sure you're putting out good energy into the world and you're paying it forward. We'll check y'all out later. Bye now.